Hey everyone, X World, and welcome to my review for One Piece Chapter 840, Iron Mask. Let me start off by saying I did not do a review for last week's Chapter 839 because after listening to some of the reviews that was out for the community, I felt I really didn't have anything extra to add to it. The two major things I took from the chapter was one, and as Sanji put it, his family is the shit beneath scum. Second thing I took away from the chapter, and this was just a personal thing for me, which was the up to this point in time I've found throughout this arc, I have found the stuff that was going on with Big Mom, her whole family, with Jimbei, even with the stuff that's going on with Peckham's and Capone, to be way more interesting than anything that was going on with Sanji and his family. Now, this was kind of disappointing considering this is supposed to be the year of Sanji. I was hoping to, his stuff to at least be equally interesting as the Big Mom stuff, or if not more interesting. But it was not. At least until at chapter 839, piqued the interest. What's going on here? At least especially towards the end with the whole, what was going on with that whole, the guys in the vats and everything. Which brings me to this chapter, chapter 840, which completely took what disappointment was my disappointment that was leaving due to chapter 839. It completely took that disappointment that was leaving and brought it back and added some. I found chapter 840 to be very lackluster at best. I mean, we did get quite a bit of information, but I feel it's all information and things that could have been spread out in other chapters that we could have got more. It's a short chapter, and I feel this could have been more that was added to last week's chapter, like this week's and last week's could have been one whole chapter. Or, like I said, sprinkled out throughout other chapters. We found out that they were cloned, which most people guessed from the end of the last chapter. I mean, to me, it's not a big whoop. Everyone guessed it. I guess it was basically a community-wide theory that was just confirmed, which to me really doesn't do much for me. I mean, and then I had the idea that possibly Yanji had beat up Cosette and lured Sanji to this room for some reason. We find out no, it was actually Niji, and yes, it was to lure Sanji to this room, but it was simply to lure him to this room so they could continue bullying him as they did when they were kids. Except this time, instead of doing it through their physical dominance, they're doing it through the fact that Sanji can't fight back because they will hurt Zeph. It's adding to how horrible his family is, but I don't really think you can get much worse than what it is. Like, this chapter showed that his family didn't show they were even worse, just showed them just how bad they were, which were things we already know. I mean, I can't think of anything they could do to be worse people. And the fact that his brothers used Zeph and his feelings for Zeph to bully him, it adds a psychological advantage, yes, but to me, it takes something away from them. Are they actually stronger than him now? And somehow, has the Dud somehow come back and surpassed the so-called successors? Because to me, it feels like if they were physically stronger, one, Niji wouldn't have got kicked in the face the way he did. And two, they wouldn't have needed to use that to keep Sanji fighting back. They simply would have beat him. It was a 3-on-1. To keep that man from fighting back, all those 3-on-1 makes it seem like they are possibly weaker. We got a tidbit of interesting information that his father used to work for Vegapunk. Another theory that I believe that was out in the community real heavy. I know I've heard it a few times. Pretty much anything we get technology or science, is going to lead to Vegapunk. Now, interesting thing is Vegapunk was arrested. So possibly now we know why he's working for the world government. It's possibly that's the only way now. It might be a prisoner thing where he's being forced to work for the world government. Possibly threatened. Another thing, another theory though that was to me is something that's already guessed that Vegapunk was a good guy. That he possibly was not a bad guy. We figure this from what he did with the whole programming Kuma to protect the ship. Not something that someone loyal to the world government would really do. So we got the information that he was arrested, but again, to me, it just wasn't. That was again something that could have been said in a different chapter. That was basically a lot of good things, good future points that I hope come to be big things in the future was said in this arc. But the way they were, this chapter, apologies, but the way they were said, I feel they just would have been better received if they was been said in, like a panel, like each panel from this chapter could have been a panel in another chapter and would have had better timing or impact because it wouldn't have just been basically this was a chapter of minor details to me. Like, we found out that possibly Sanji's mother was a cook due to the fact that his father said he was not allowed to cook anymore, no reason to keep the legacy of the dead alive. His mother's been long dead. So, be interesting to learn more about her in future chapters, but the little tidbit we got, bunch of little interesting tidbits that to me don't make a chapter, especially not a One Piece chapter. And then pretty much the stuff at the end was all Sanji being shown to be a failure, which we already knew, and his father faked his death basically and locked him in an iron mask and locked him away in the cage, which we finally got an explanation of that cage scene that we seen during the original flashback when Sanji went against Judge. But again, a tidbit that could have been better put in another chapter. I keep saying it, but that's just how I felt about this chapter. It was just so lackluster, so bunch of information that, like I said, could have been better spread out throughout other chapters. I'm not going to repeat myself again. So this will be the end of this video. Until next time. Well, first, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see future content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And as always, may your journeys be full of awesomeness. Way more awesomeness than this chapter. Thank you for watching.